Ace the Horse by John McKinney. Ace the Horse was a young black thoroughbred that every horse wished they were, and every person wished they owned, with a bright future like his dad, who was a legend in the horse racing world. He won many races. One of them was the Kentucky Derby, the most pristine race in the world. But one time when every horse lover's eyes were glued to the TV, that was little Ace's dream, to be just like his dad, or better, and be the horse every horse looked up to and wanted to own. He asked his dad, "What is it like? How does it feel to have all the fame and glory?" His father said, "Well, son, it's not good as you think. No, it's the greatest thing on earth. It's what every horse likes me wishes they could do. But son, you are always under the spotlight, and everyone looks at you. It's a lot of pressure." As Ace grew older, he would race all the other horses out in the field and win every time. He started to think he couldn't be beat. His father told him, "Son, you're becoming a little arrogant. Always remember that God has blessed you the way you are, and you should give Him the glory and thanks, and not yourself." Ace was a 2-year-old, and it was 1 year to the day before the Kentucky Derby. He began winning all of his races they entered him. All other horses became jealous of him and his fame. He would walk through the barn like he owned the place. Everywhere he went, the other horses chanted his name, except his competitors. It was 2 weeks before the Kentucky Derby. His dad said, "You know, son, I'm very proud of how hard you have been working to get where you are today, because right now, you're the favorite to win the Kentucky Derby." Ace replied, "It was nothing. I'm going to go to the Derby and win it easily," said Ace. His father said, "Remember what I told you, son. For in the Bible it says, in 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 3, that talk no more exceedingly proudly. Let not arrogance come out of your mouth. For the Lord is a God of knowledge, and by Him actions are weighed." Remember, son, anybody can be beat. That is proven many times in the Bible. One day before the Kentucky Derby, it was a mild, foggy morning as the dew was still on the ground. Ace's trainer opened the stall door and said, "Let's go, Ace." Ace jumped to his feet all ready to go, for this is the day he has been looking forward to his whole life. He got out and ran the track a few times and came back to the stall as the people began to come in to see him and the rest of the horses. His jockey brought him some grain, but for some reason he wasn't hungry. It was probably the nerves. As it is 15 minutes before the race, the jockey goes to suit up, while the helpers pull out the saddle and put it on Ace, and all the other horses started at him, as if it was their race to win. As Ace's owner led him out onto the track, all the fans stood up on their feet and started cheering, which is what he liked. The jockey jumps on him and pats him on the neck and said, "Let's go, Ace. This is your time to shine." They hear the call to the post and they load the horses in the chute, some not wanting to go, but they did. As Ace is standing in the chute, all kinds of thoughts are going through his head, and he remembered what his dad said. Don't let your head get in the way of your goal, and don't try to be someone you're not. "He hears the horn and we're off," said the TV announcer. As they go towards turn 1, Ace is in the lead all the way through turn 2, but the announcer says, "But wait, Ace goes down." His jockey goes flying to the ground, and he looks up as another horse crosses the finish line. Ace lay on the ground in shock at the moment he had been waiting for his whole life gone. He realized he couldn't get up. He had broken his leg. The stretcher came out to put Ace on it, and he knew he would probably never race again. But God had a plan for Ace. This finally made Ace realize the way he was acting. He said, "God, just thank you for all the blessings you have given me, and that through this humbling time in my life, that let your glory be shown out of this." 1 week later, he was wrapped up and back on his farm, after he couldn't believe what had happened. His father said, "Never question what God has done or hasn't done, because it is all done for the glory of God." Now Ace has lived a happy life on a farm, telling others about Christ and telling them, don't get too arrogant and ungrateful, because you just might end up like me. John grew up in the southeastern part of Shelby County. For hobbies, he likes to play baseball, golf, and go hunting. He has one sibling. He is a 10th grader at Cornerstone Christian